Hello and welcome to Slay Time. Let's find us some princesses. Kill them and bring their vessels to the handsome hand monster. Oh, we're in the menu. That was not our plan. Alright, how do I return? There we go. We are here to slay her. If we don't do it, it will be the end of the world. And we got a couple of options. I think we've pretty much explored all of the beginning questions. Let's go with okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Maybe I don't want to do it right, but maybe I want to be obedient.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
Yep.
Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
So, what do you want to talk about?
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Later. As a game is not really short at all if you want to fully explore it. But I'm happy to have you as my viewer either way. It has so many endings.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
So I've explored already most of these. I've never gotten into a fully romance path, though I know there's one. I set out with a goal to be obedient today, so like getting her favor. So I feel like I should answer with, I don't know, one of the options up here. Maybe. Making decisions is so hard for me. Let's go with I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
The game feels more like a book than a game, to be honest. Like, you don't really play anything, it's just like you're starting a new book.
I believe her.
But either way, I respect your decision.
She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Okay, let's go with a relationship. A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Giving me the cold shoulder. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
It's going to get ugly in a second.
She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Well, let's go with all the other questions first, because I just want to see if it, like, increases our chances for a relationship. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still laying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of
Your
here.
shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
You like the narrator person, or you like just the voice of the person speaking everything? Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Then now I have like 20 options: slay the princess and warn her. did both paths already, but as we were leaning into being obedient to her, I'm going to warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
20 times slay the princess, 1 time resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Chapter 2, The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Have you noticed that our cursor looks like the hand too? Like the little claw.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
At least when we're not having the knife in the hand. Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
I gotta have a look at the path I'm going to take. How does it work? As a prisoner, we're on the prisoner path. And here I can see which endings I already got. And then a couple I didn't get. Okay, so I could try giving her my weapon. And oh, this is the one where I locked myself in with her. Okay, so everything that doesn't lead to me being locked in.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will... Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't.
Wink.
Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea.
Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
She's so cute in here.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
So I have the option to leave her in the basement, or to sit with her, or to slay her. Let's take a safe point here. Let's go to slaying straight away.
Without a moment of hesitation, you charge the princess, your blade primed to deliver a lethal strike.
I am not a damsel to be helplessly murdered.
As you move to strike the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant, they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly.
Drop it, or you die.
What a fight!
I thought this was going to be a safe move, but she's going to kill us. Just listen to her, do what she says.
How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
Can't decide. Dropping.
As your weapon falls pathetically to the floor, the princess releases you from her stranglehold, shoving you away with a swift kick.
I love how blurry our vision got from the strangulation.
Your hands test the bruised flesh of your neck as you regain your senses, watching with a dazed expression as the princess snatches up the blade.
I'm going to pretend for both our sakes that this was a round of make-believe. A trick to get me what I needed to get us out of here.
That's what happened, exactly.
That wasn't a trick. I'd have known if it were a trick. You just didn't have the guts to see things through and save the world. Or maybe we outwitted you. Who's to say?
But I wouldn't try anything else if I were you. Don't push your luck.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat.
You can stay right where you are for this next part.
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
No.
Watch an uneasy silence.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck.
Maybe I'm not able to watch in silence, exactly.
I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink.
This is a very elaborate take on the trolley problem. Yeah, you're right, Her. It's a very elaborate take on that.
Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
Yeah, each round the whole setting evolves basically for like three chapters, and then you bring like the final form to a different entity that takes in all the experiences, and then it starts again.
The princess's eyes stare up at you.
Where you'll see in a moment, I guess.
Congratulations! You saved the world.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I don't think I ever had her kill herself yet.
I hate this.
So I'm not
Can we
completely sure
just
what will happen.
Get out of here now, please. Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
Decisions. Don't like decisions. I'll stay loyal to her and take her.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
What does the gore do with you? Is it hard for you to hear and watch it, or is it whatever?
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Leave the cabin and claim your reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Hello?
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already...
Yeah, I wouldn't want to explain this to law enforcement.
Over?
Luckily,
Is he
law
gone?
enforcement is gone together with the rest of the world.
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
I'm thinking that every morning when I leave the house. I do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now? This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image and the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. I've been here before. There's so many options. This time I'll go to destroy the mirror right away. I'm in a sort of a bad playthrough mode. You don't need answers from the thing that lives in the mirror. Also, it's giving me achievements. I like achievements. You already know what you are. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Whoa, whoa.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
So this is a creature I've fed my experience of the last 3 hours to. Or maybe 4 or 5. I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
I'm surprised I'm getting the same text as I did get in my first playthrough. I thought I acted more active. I acted more active than passive, but maybe this text doesn't even change. I don't know.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
So what you noticed today is just one of the scenarios. So like I have to play, I think, 6 times until I meet her. So it's just one of 6 things you saw today. And last time I was like sympathetic with her, this time I want to be cruel. I'm just not sure how rude I want to be about slaying her. One idea out an entire world and for good, I can't do that.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
So basically she's change, and change includes, you know, pain and death and misery too. So that's why the narrator wanted to kill her, because he wants a world that's all happy and no death and nothing ever changes, because change is bad. And so in the first playthrough I was sympathetic with her and freed her, because obviously change is good. But this time...
Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Let's fight.
The trust in everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
I won't engage with an argument that favors death and suffering.
But violence has defined the thread of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear. A web of nerves, hang upon a web of nerves, hang upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end and I began? When you felt what it was to be me, we held on to each other, pierced the veil of truth. Will you abandon that curiosity now that we are no longer joined in physicality?
She's now like replaying all of the endings I got this round. It doesn't matter how I feel. death, suffering, and oblivion shouldn't fall on others. If we are able to transcend death, then we are responsible for those it holds captive.
Their suffering is born of their own delusion. A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it.
Yeah, she's been very mean to me in one of the playthroughs.
On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once.
And I'm getting stressed out all over again just by the replay.
You learned
So
to put
intense.
yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
No, I have not to explain my previous choices. She's trying, by telling me my previous choices, to tell me how good they've been for both of us, so that I'll eventually keep her alive. Oh, this is a nice one. I could continue the path of rejecting her perspective, but I also feeling power trippy. I should make a save. There's a reason there are 9 pages for save slots. I did rise far above you, and I am far above you still. I will destroy you now, as I destroyed you then.
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you. You, I desire. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. Within, you are tightly bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores. A nest of things devouring within things devouring. But even when dissolved, you gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. There is a natural order to the cycle of things sustaining things. A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and substance.
Suffering born in delusion is still suffering. It doesn't matter what we are now. We hurt each other, and we shouldn't have done that. We cannot let a world be spun out of that pain.
The echoes saw forest as his eyes were closed. The majesty of being extends beyond any single perspective. That cold fire has left your eyes. Are you finally willing to listen? Terrifying than one's own heart. And there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another.
I find it interesting that these clips are from her perspective always, like we're seeing our face in here while we're seeing the princess's hands in here.
But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
I don't know. I trust this vessel statement directly. Oh, this is what happens then. So many options. I call this end sequence of the game is really like therapy. There's so many like thank you for sharing yourself with me, like what a person says after they've gone through therapy or like just educated themselves about how to hold a meaningful discussion with someone heard. But remember, we are cruel, we're not kind today. If that is what it takes to rid the world of suffering, I could bear the solitude.
Your certainty is an illusion of passion and reflex. You won't know what solitude truly is unless you sentence yourself to it forever.
Yeah, exactly. While I am playing Slay the Princess, she's playing Play with the Quiet Void. As the clash between you abates, the princess withdraws, trembling.
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Safe point for the measure. I have to fight for a better world. I am so sorry. Slay the princess.
Then destroy me if you're able. But I will not coddle you in my final moments. I will not yield to your delusion without a vicious struggle.
You don't have to face her alone.
Hey, welcome back. I thought you died whenever I looked in the
I
mirror.
don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. Seems like you've been doing all right on your own, but I don't think you can strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Look at the princess bodies outside the windows.
Do you need me to describe things?
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
I'll make a safe spot so I can explore the option to not take the blade later. Now we are taking the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Enter the basement.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
We both know why you're here. You don't have to draw it out for my sake.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. That sight brings me back. You're going to do it then, aren't you? You're really going to kill me. You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Let's slay.
So this is it then. Let's see this through.
So, that's how it is. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out.
I partly hope in the next screen there will be this famous gif of The Simpsons with a world without lawyers where everyone is just happy and rainbows.
Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. What a quote. A melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself, but the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Leave the cabin. Leave the basement behind. And the stairs. I partly expected that I'll be locked into the cabin now and I'll become the princess. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there's even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Becoming the princess has to be one of the major endings? Yeah, I think so. I set myself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from his hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale that twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of your cage pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it. But it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tangent gives way. Whoa. And then the shattering. Free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
We really did win, didn't we? We're the house now. We get to make the rules. This is nice. No more hunting, no more running. Just us and whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering and the coercion and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive stopped. I could get used to this.
Yeah, all it takes is destroying a couple of worlds.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable. Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better.
Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe.
It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah? Yeah. We can do that.
And we reached a proper ending. Already seen. Oh, actually, at the end of the credits, you'll get like a list of the things you've did, or at least the scenery. So much localization, but yeah, basically all the game is text, so it makes sense. Should be done really soon, and then I'll load up some of the save points I just made and explore alternative versions of the ending. So I think these might be the endings I got. I'm not entirely sure. Making a screenshot just to be safe. Return to main menu. So I suppose we unlocked a couple of things in here. And we're all free from death. Okay, loading. Let's sit with her. don't think I want to be a god.
Honestly, me neither.
Are you the same as you are out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
Oh, I know that feeling after a heated fight. I only wanted to slay the you out there. It's easier to want to kill an abstract concept than it is a person.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix whatever this place is and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Maybe you're only real yourself in a heated fight. I mean... You got a point, but... It's the animalistic part of us we are when we are in a heated fight, not the regulated one. If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
Would resetting it do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, don't they continue to die and suffer?
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
How do you know that things won't end worse? What if when I make my way back here, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty and I still like you. And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too.
It really is. It's toxic relationship simulator, but there's also like if you choose the right text, it feels like healing a broken relationship. I did that in my first playthrough and it was nice. We'd have to decide to do this every single time, forever. Eventually, something is going to be different. What if we change our minds?
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
Is there any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
You can't decide if the writing is really deep, filled with cliches, or both. Both. Both is good. There's a lot of texts that really hit me deep because they resembled thoughts and things I've said in the past so much. But maybe I am a living cliche too, so there's that. Is it too late to go back to being a god?
Yeah, I think it's too late for that. But maybe next time.
We read into what we want. Yeah, that's definitely true too. But like you can feel that the persons, I think it's actually been a couple that wrote this knows a thing or two about how to successfully and also unsuccessfully talk through issues, and also how the pain and anger you feel embodies. I don't want to forget you.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
We're going to find ourselves back here eventually.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
Okay, then let's do it. I believe in us. Agree to our plan.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
Can't decide how catchy I want to be. She always gets me eventually. Let's keep it tame. I'll see you soon.
Hey, I love you.
Fuck you. Don't pull my heartstrings.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
There was no achievement and all, so I'm not sure if this is a normal re-beginning or if we are still in the loop.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And at the end of the path is a cabin. Now it ended. I should have saved before I clicked that option to get the other options quicker. Should I hit to hide the UI? Well, anyway, it's just one song different or so. Return to the main menu. Load game. Do we have a suitable autosave? autosave. What if you turn around and leave instead of going to the cabin? Another ending, but not another achievement? Weird. I should have gotten a different achievement for turning around and not repeating the cycle. What if we say I love you back?
Oh, I love you too.
She sounds forced, like she didn't want to say it.
You're on a path, you're here.
No other ending in here? Let's go with just do it.
Hey, I love you.
But it's the same.
You're here.
Okay, nothing to see here. Let's go back a little bit further. Can I delete a save? How do I delete a save? I don't think I can. I can just override probably. Hi, Cake. Loading in right at the end. Cake, have you had a complete playthrough yet? Okay. I've just finished my second one and I'm loading into a couple of saves I made during the process to get some more of the achievements. So I'll say sorry and slay her anyway now.
You and me both. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
That should pretty close to the ending I got.
She's gone.
Leaving the cabin without thinking of the part of her still in us.
It's quiet.
Looks so far exactly the same.
He's gone. She's gone.
Yes, it's exactly the same.
It's finally over.
I knew we'd finally see it through.
We really did. We're the house now.
Yeah, let's go further back. So we're entering the basement without the blade.
No blade it is. Have you given up on slaying her? The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
We both know why you're here. You don't have to draw it out for my sake.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, hands empty. And here I thought you wanted to kill me. Are you getting cold feet? Are you trying to give me a fighting chance? Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
I don't have any options, do I? How do I make this a different ending than the other one? It's so good to finally see you again.
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back.
I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
Well, the first time we met, I scared you so much your organs stopped working. And I meant to do that. If anyone should be apologizing here, well, it should be me.
That's true. I love to see the other options for whatever she did first to me.
But hey, we both took things a little far, didn't we? It's no big deal. All of that's behind us now, I think.
You know, when she puts it like that...
Oh, now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much. But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, hero works for me.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And I don't want to be her, if that's what you're asking. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Oh, did I take her hands the last time? A good question. I can't remember, and the thingy isn't clear about it, so another save it is. Oh, I can use it to override one of the ones I don't want anymore. Take her hand in yours. There's no need for words. Leave with her.
Okay then. Let's leave.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Leave with the princess. Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. Quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there's an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel her hand tremble in yours. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with her.
This is it. I have no idea what it's gonna be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Another save point it is. I love you.
I love you too. But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
The end. No achievement for that. Too close to my former ending, I suppose. Maybe it needs a moment to load. Always hoping for a late loading achievement pop-up. Main menu, load game. What did we just save? Open the door without a word? No achievement. Who's going to open it?
Both of us. Together.
Oh. Good idea. No achievement either. Neither of us knows what it's going to be like out there.
It's something new. But whatever it is, we'll face it. Together.
think I'll have explored this. You ready?
Of course I am. Are you?
I mean, it's nice that they still have so many choices for what could happen even if they lead to the same outcome. It gives you the feeling is that you really can put yourself into her shoes. Alright, I think that's enough memories for today. Still plenty of princesses I have yet to discover. I'm looking forward to playing more on... what day is it? It's Tuesday, isn't it? I'm going to play more on Thursday. See you then, and thanks for hanging with me. Have a nice evening. Bye bye. Actually, how does it... I'm not sure where I should load into next time I play it. I guess I just have to load one of the endings to start a new game. I'm so confused. But yeah, I'll figure it out on Thursday. Bye bye.